Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the channel today. So we have an exciting new video for you guys. We're gonna be talking about wash pads and the two big boys in the industry. We have the Rag Company Cyclone Ultra 10 by wash pad. We haven't even taken it out of the bag yet. And then we also have the House of Rags, AKA THOR, exterior wash boss. So we're gonna be washing our ceramic coated vehicle with both these mitts. We're going to give you our impressions and our opinions on both ones to see if there's any differences in quality or anything like that. So before we get into these, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the process of washing a vehicle. So it is coated within the last 3.5 weeks with an 8-year clean coating by Pan the organizer. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a foam rinse foam. So we're going to rinse it off with, yes, I know, chemical guys, sticky snowball. It actually works really good, and I'm just trying to finish up the bottle, right? So we're going to foam on with that with our cheap foam cannon, and then we're going to rinse it, and then we're going to use the THOR ceramic shampoo. So we have quite a bit of this from Prime Day, so we're going to use that, and then we're going to go ahead and do a contact wash with both of these. So let's pull these out of the bag. So first, the Rag Company one, I want to say, I'm just going to kind of pull up their site real quick. So they list this as the Cyclone Ultra 10 times wash pad. It's supposed to be 10 by 10. All right, they sell it for $17 on their website. It's 100% wool poly on here. It does not list a GSM or anything on there. So I'm just going to go to their site. They just talk about long, luxurious fibers, quickly, safely encapsulates all dirt, road grime from your vehicle, blah, blah, blah. But it's split Korean wool polyester microfibers. So it's supposed to hold a ton of suds. And then we have the House of Rags Wash Boss right here. So this guy is listed, they actually put the specs on the bag. So it is 100% polyester and it's 1000 GSM on there. So both of these have like a foam insert. So I can tell right away that the Rag Company unit is definitely a thicker unit right here. And then compared to the THOR, but the THOR feels kind of softer. I mean, it just feels more luxurious in your hand. So it's just different really type of fibers that it feels like they're using. So this definitely does feel softer. Size-wise, I mean, thickness, they feel different. They look pretty similar, but they're both supposed to be 10 by 10. So let's test that. We don't want to mix the bags, heck no. So 9 by 9.5, so 10 by 10 is easier to list. So it's going to be our first time using the large wash pad. So before we were using the Rag Company, the Cyclone Ultra, we're using the mitt and the pad. We got it on as a combo. So, but this way you can see the size of a standard pad and then the large pads. So if I put this in the corner, you can kind of see maybe the difference. I mean, it doesn't look that huge, but it feels big. As far as width, I mean, I've been using this one for about 6 months, but you can kind of see the width on that. Here's a little more contrast when you compare it to the House of Rags one. But it does feel like a completely different pad with it just being that much bigger. So we're going to see, because at least this one you can kind of get your hand on it this way. So this one, the main thing is making sure we're not going to drop it or anything. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to get ready. We're going to foam, rinse foam. So as you can see, so it's been a little over a week since we washed the vehicle. It doesn't have a ton of road grime. It really doesn't get driven much, but I mean, you can see on here, we do have, you know, definitely some dirt on here. So this is dirt. It's just not rain deposits. We only had a really light rain. So the first wash we did with it was with Clean by Pan the organizer, since we used his coating, but I mean, it is pretty dirty. So we're gonna see how these pads go. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do half the hood with one pad, half the hood with the other pad, and then we're gonna do fender. So we're gonna go ahead, foam, rinse, foam. We'll probably just fast forward through that stuff because we know you guys are here for the show. Rag Company versus THOR. Forgot how crappy this one is. We're gonna let that dwell for a little bit. We haven't used our cheap Amazon foam cannon in almost a year, and forget how nice it is when you actually use a quality foam cannon. Big difference. Plus, I don't think I put enough shampoo in this bottle anyway, but it's just gonna be our foam, then rinse. You can see how the coating is just rejecting it. It's just sliding right off. So, coated it outside. You can kind of feel, I think it got some kind of dust on there when I was coating it. We're gonna try to empty this bottle out on it. A lot easier and nicer washing this thing compared to our Jeep Wrangler, I'll tell you that. Even our Mazda, you don't have to get a ladder, a step stool, none of that stuff. Nice and small. All right, we're gonna let that soak for a few, and then we're gonna rinse it off, and then we're gonna go ahead and apply our ceramic shampoo, and then we're gonna go ahead and play with the stars of the show. Do our foam with our Ethos ceramic shampoo. Been a while since we used this. We haven't even used it this year. 85 degrees out, sun's going down, overcast day. So it's warm, but we are not in direct sunlight. Contact wash bucket is the Ethos. I'm gonna dip these monsters in here. We're actually using our new Rip Clean 5-gallon clear bucket. They had it on sale for like 32 bucks. This is actually a quality bucket. We'll do a dedicated video just on that, but I like it. It's nice. It does come with a Gamma Seal lid, and it has this really nice kind of grit guard in there too. You know, so we're gonna put these guys in there, let them soak for a minute or so, and then we're gonna do the contact wash. What should we try first? Rag Company or THOR? No clue. No clue? All right. We're gonna go 2-bucket method here because we're a 2-bucket household. Okay, so whichever one I grab first, Rag Company. Look at all of that it holds. Woo! That guy holds a lot. Let's check out THOR. Holds a lot as well. I almost say, kind of feels like THOR holds a little more. THOR with more? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. They just feel different. They both have a different feel to them. So let's try with this monster wash pad. Okay, this is ceramic coated. We're using a ceramic shampoo. I mean, you can see right here, it just glides, you know? But they are both considered premium. They're both premium brands. We wanted something that, I mean, car washing, it's an experience, right? So if you're gonna do it, might as well really enjoy doing it. So we see right here, I'm not too worried about dunking it a ton of times just because, you know, we did do the foam, rinse foam. But, you know, once it's wet, it's a lot easier to handle than when it's dry. Everything's better wet. So, but yeah, so I do like it. You get a large surface area with this guy. Okay, so we're gonna do the driver's side fender. Ooh man, you can see it causes a big old wave. There's that big kid in the neighborhood when he does that cannonball in your pool. That's this right here. Fat chubby kid. Fat chubby kid. Not that there's anything wrong with being a fat chubby kid. I mean, we're all fat chubby kids at heart. It's nice though, especially, you know, we used to live in Arizona. Being able to cover large areas super quick when you're washing a vehicle when it's 100 degrees out in the blazing sun. I mean, that's kind of key, you know. You can definitely you don't put any pressure on the mitt, right? You just let it glide. And with that thick sponge or a foam in there, it makes it easier where you're not really exerting pressure on it, you know? So, okay, I'm gonna put this guy in the rinse bucket. Yeah, Chubby Kid Cannonball. We'll rub it along our grit guard. No, we used to use the chenille wash mitts, you know, the noodles, because I always figured that these, if they did catch anything, it would kind of stick in the fibers. But we do like the experience using the microfiber wash pads better than the chenille wash mitts. But you can see, I mean, it sucked out a lot of juice. So, okay. THOR, House of Rags. It is a little easier to handle because it's the sponge or the foam inside of it. It's not as thick. You know, they both glide really well. I mean, it's ceramic coated vehicle, you know, and then with the ceramic shampoo that we're using, yeah, they're gonna glide. You know, initial impressions, I mean, they're both great. You can't go wrong with either one of these. You know, you're gonna be happy with either one. The Rag Company one, I like how it feels in my hand a little bit better than this one. This one feels like it could slide off. But since it's thinner, it almost like, I don't know if you can get it, it's suction cups, you know, to the surface. So let's get a little bit off the front with this guy right here. I know with the, so here we have these logos, right? We got the Solstice and a Pontiac logo. I definitely feel like, whoa, definitely feel like the THOR mitt got held up on that, where the Rag Company one just went right over it and I'm not getting caught. And when I had the Rag Company mitt over here, it just started to slide off, where the THOR one didn't slide off. So, but they are both quality mitts, right? Both company, they make great towels. They both make great products. I know they compete against each other, but you really can't go wrong using either one of these mitts. And I know that's kind of lame to say, but I mean, wash pads, but they both give a really good premium experience. And you can see how quickly, I wish all of our cars were this small. Life would be easy. But I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to use either one of these on any of my vehicles. So we're gonna go ahead and dip, and then we're gonna do the, look at all that came out. Woo! Dip that guy in. So we have one of these grit guards. We also use this one when we do our rinseless wash. So we're gonna take both these bad boys and we're gonna go to town on this side right here. Rag Company in the left hand, and we're gonna go THOR in the right hand. I think the THOR mitt holds a little bit more water, even though the foam insert or the sponge in the Rag Company feels thicker. It's just the THOR one definitely feels heavier in my hand. But like I said, you're gonna be happy with either one of them. You can't go wrong with them. The THOR one is brand new. I think they just released these not too long ago with all their new versions of towels and all that kind of stuff. But you know, having a large wash pad just adds to the experience. It makes it more fun, right? Washing a car should be fun. You know, we're gonna do this on the roof just for the hell of it because we're right here, right? So we're gonna finish this up. We're gonna give it a little rinse, and then we're gonna do a quick final thoughts. All right, and we're just gonna leave this on there for a while. We'll give our final thoughts. So the big difference between these two is the Rag Company one you purchased directly from Rag Company. I did not see, I'm sorry. Rag Company, purchased directly from the Rag Company. I did not see it on Amazon. $17 for that one right there. The THOR Wash Boss, $11.99 on Amazon. So I want to say I ordered this 2 days ago and it came the very next day. So we're in Spokane, Washington area, ordered it, boom, got it here the next day by the afternoon. From THOR directly it's $9.99, but then you have to hit, I think, $99 or something like that for free shipping. So the advantage is you can get this a little bit quicker. Amazon, that $12 includes the shipping, 17 bucks right here. So that could be your deciding factor. I mean, talking about $5 difference, and it's a little bit easier to get your hands on this guy compared to this guy. You know, they feel a little bit different, you know? So it's definitely a different type of how they're doing the microfiber, you know? So this feels like a more luxurious experience. And this just feels like, you know, your normal stuff. So anyway, that's our thoughts. They both worked really well. I mean, the paint is clean. These things worked great. They do suck up a lot of stuff from your bucket. Here, small car, we had this thing maybe 3/4 away full. You know, it sucked up a lot, but great experience. Can't complain about using either one of these things. Quality products from a quality brand. So, and give us a like and subscribe. And until the next video, we'll see you guys then. Bam.